Soul Sunday with Oprah.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Are you Tim Storey?" I said, "Yes." Long story short, I saw them again on the resort, and the husband, who was a retired doctor, they invited me to dinner. And I had the most amazing time with these strangers. They were so fun. They were so cute. They're like 77 and 78, but we were making each other laugh. There was this divine connection that took place, and it happened because I was in playtime. See, I was in the discovery zone, not just in the recovery zone. So come on, people, be open to that, because you can get into different spaces, places, and faces.
Oh, 100%. That is beautiful. And it's just fun. You know, at the end of the day, it's just so fun, and you never know what's going to happen. You know, that's happened with me on some travels before as well. And then I end up meeting people and like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 years later, we end up doing some business together, and it's nothing I would have ever thought. You know, I remember I was working in the Bahamas, and I had gone out there by myself. I was working as a private chef, and then the storm came in, and everything shut down, and I couldn't fly. The storm was like over Fort Lauderdale or something, where I was trying to fly into. All the flights were canceled. It's this tiny little place. I was like on Abaco or something, this tiny little island, and the long and short of it is I ended up, everyone's trying to evacuate and everything's closed. People are going to the hotels, and this couple was sort of like, "Do you need a place?" And I'm like, I mean, there were no hotels. There were not even drivers. They're basically like bribing the drivers. So the long and short of it is I ended up going with this couple. Seemed like a nice older couple from North Carolina. They had a daughter about my age, and they felt like they saw their daughter in me. And I went with them. They had like pretty much paid some maids who had the keys to these condos, and we just stayed there for the night, and we had dinner, and we had this amazing time. And then it turned out that they knew people with these restaurants, and that did events in North Carolina, and it ended up being a thing. And it was exactly what you said. I was in like the discovery zone. I was open to receive, and just knowing that like I am, and I think this is really important, Tim, and I think you'll agree with me, is just like just having faith, you know, just like knowing that when you have faith and when you're present and when you're in that, like you're taken care of, you know, and having that trust.
I love that. And I love that story. And again, if we get so caught up in our mundane and also dealing with the messy things in our life and sometimes the madness, and don't make room for the magic, then you cannot really have as many magical moments. And, you know, little kids, they feed off magical moments. That's why they long to play. They long to be by themselves and do things. You know, you see a lot of kids that are, you know, raised by themselves, that maybe they're the sole child, that are some of the most creative people in the universe because they allow their imagination to really flow. So as we are in April of 2021, let's let our imagination flow. April is going to be great still. May's going to be better. June's going to be better. July's going to be greater. But make time for the magic, the miracle mentality.
Yes, and that really is about, you know, the theme of what we're talking about today too, is just like that right mindset puts you in the right moods, which also brings in that magic, right? And so, you know, people want to know, because not everybody is yet in that discovery, you know, like flow. You know, not everyone knows how to bring themselves back if they're off track, and how to have the right steps to have that kind of right mindset that sets the mood, you know, for who they may call in, for what they may see or receive in that moment. So, you know, what can we share with them, Tim? That's like, you know, here are some steps.
Let me give them some steps that will change their life forever.
Change their life.
Okay, so what happens in life is that life can become very monotonous, and we're just kind of going through the motions. And we've all like driven somewhere before, and you get there and you're like, how did I get here? Like you pull into the parking lot because you're daydreaming. And so a lot of people are life dreaming. They're not just daydreaming, they're life dreaming.
Yeah.
So the first step into getting to the right miracle mentality is you have to wake up. So you have to wake up. So you wake up, you become conscious. The second thing is you have to take inventory and take realistic inventory. What's my mood like? What am I like when I wake up? What am I like in the middle of the day? What am I like when I'm going to sleep? What am I thinking about? So you wake up. Secondly, you take inventory. And then thirdly, as we talked earlier, you got to then partner with the right people. So there's actually a proverb that says this: if you walk with the wise, you'll become more wise yourself. But if you're a companion of foolish people, your life will unravel. So you got to really check yourself on this. Are you spending time with wise people that cause you to stack up more wisdom? Or are you around people that have a lot of foolish conversation that causes your life to unravel? Okay?
Yes.
So you partner with the right people, but then you got to have the right principles. And you're a strong person in this area too. You love to read the right material. You like to feed your mind and your spirit with the right things. And that is a real strength for you and me, because we're friends and we talk, all the time. Is I like to meditate on the right things, because what it does is it feeds my faith, right? And strengthens me in the soul and in the mind. So it's very important to follow the right principles. And then from the right principles, you start making the right plan.
Yes. Yes. And that's, I think, a key thing for a key point. Sorry, Gizmo was coughing, so I was trying to give him some water. But that's like, it's such a key point. You have to follow the right principles. And if you need guidance, you can get Tim's book, or many books. Actually, Tim, can you share some of your other books? Because I don't have them all here. I just have your most recent one.
But go ahead and give water if you need to. Take your time there.
Okay. Okay, buddy.
But I have a book that Oprah really helped make really famous.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Called Come Back and Beyond. Back and Beyond, how to turn your setbacks to comebacks. That if you're in a setback, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to sit, settle, or cement yourself, but you can learn to rise back up, right? You've been through setbacks. I've been through setbacks, but we don't sit, settle, or cement ourselves in the setback. But I love this new book, The Miracle Mentality, because I believe that it's not just a comeback, but this book is about the comeback and beyond.
Yes.
Of how to step into the magic. Come on.
You guys, we're talking about magic moments, magical moments.
Yes.
And you've got to get this book, because it's, and it helps kind of bring you back if you kind of stray off. And it gives you these steps to how you can have this miracle, because what are miracles? Miracles are just magic. Magic moments is really like, they're just like the building blocks of that miracle that you can actually create and have.
I like that. If I can just for a minute break down the word magic and magical, it means extraordinary, supernatural, unusual, not common. Sounds like your life, Serena. Sounds like your life.
Sounds like Gizmo's life, actually. How you doing, Gizmo? Gizmo's pretty magical, except for his cough.
Gizmo is coming back. So yeah, like in our conversations, we just had a great lunch, me and you, recently. And we always talk about magical things, because what happens when somebody is in that miracle mentality and they connect with another person that is, wow.
Yeah.
We sharpen each other, look.
Yeah.
And we build each other, and you begin to collaborate with each other. And imagine how many amazing things are going to come out of all of you that are watching as you continue to collaborate with people who have a miracle mentality. Wow,
Yes.
wow, wow.
Yes, and this goes back to what you were saying earlier about like who's in your green room, like that. It goes right back to that. I love this, Michael. I'm in the miracle mentality. So appreciate you guys are amazing.
Look
And
at all
this
these
is,
emojis.
I
That's one thing I
know.
love about being on your Instagram lives. You get so many emojis. If you guys love what we're talking about, send us some emojis. We
Yes, send
love
us some hearts. You want to see some hearts? Well, there you go,
the
right there,
emoji.
hearts, emojis. I love it.
But
And
but
this
Serena, I
is,
want to say this.
yeah.
One of the things I love about you is that even though, I won't keep shouting out the college you went to, but to even get into the college you went to is not easy. To develop her mindset, meaning you, Serena, the way you have is not easy. But I love how you maintain your innocence in the midst of all that you deal with. I mean, you have a major brand, you're doing all these new projects, you have all these things going on. Give me one way that you, Serena, maintain your innocence and that childlike quality that we all see.
Wow. That's a really great question. I mean, I didn't see myself that way, so I'm kind of taking in like what you're saying, and I think for me, I'm always learning, like I'm always learning. No matter what I'm doing, I'm not convinced it's necessarily the best way because I know that there's
Yes.
always something more that I can learn. And something that I learned while I was a chef, this is when I was actually a chef at the Playboy Mansion at Hef's house. And I
Yep.
remember that, I went to culinary school, Le Cordon Bleu, one of the best schools in the world. You're studying, the French cuisine. It's the top school. And you're taught these programs and you're learning. And you learn these skills. And then when you get out of school, you go and you try to apply everything you learn, just like any school in the real world. And what I realized was that some of the best cooking techniques, some of the best recipes that I learned from other chefs in the kitchen who are sharing something that their grandmother or their auntie or their uncle or their mom or dad or whoever who had never gone to culinary school had learned. And so it was just in the back of my mind, that we always all learn from each other because everybody has different experiences. And you can go to the best college and the best schools and you're going to learn incredible things there for sure. That's like a foundation. But you don't ever know it all. And you're always
So
going to
good.
continue to learn. And it was also something my daddy taught me was that he said, never stop learning. So you can always improve. It doesn't matter if you are really great at XYZ at one thing. I can always learn how to make bolognese differently or better because someone else does it differently. So I'm open to that. And I think it's fun. I think learning is fun. And I think improving, finding a different way or a different angle. Like, I think that's fun. So I'm always open to that. It's
I
just
love your take
my
on
nerdy
that.
self.
I always say this, that you need to dream like a child, but then work like an adult.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so a child is not afraid to think magical thoughts and even come up with imaginary friends.
Yeah.
But you can dream like a child, and then both of us were extremely hard workers. We work like adults, but you've got to keep that innocence of your dreaming. And I like what you're saying about in your different jobs of collaborating with people, right?
Yeah.
Because we're now feeding off each other and growing from each other. And I've seen that in the studio. I won't say the names of the people, but they're very, very well known. But I saw like one person that was creative, and then I will throw in a couple names. Then Pharrell Williams got in there, and he began to throw his ideas. And then will.i.am got in, and he started throwing his ideas. And I saw this collaboration, and then the other one was Kanye West. I saw the collaboration between these three as they were just like working off each other. But it wasn't something, watch how powerful this was. It wasn't something that was planned.
Right.
It was Kanye was in the studio And then those two guys just walked in to check on him and say hello. And then they
Yeah.
started to collaborate on a song. So I think some of the greatest things that come into effect and manifest are not planned.
Right.
All of a sudden, creatives just get together and voila.
No, it's so true. And it goes back to the mentality and the mindset that you're talking about and teaching and showing people, is that you're open. You know, when you're open to that and you have that kind of mindset going, that you're open to collaborating, you know, and there's no egos. It's so funny you say that about Kanye. You know, he was like one of my first he was one of my first clients, and I had Kanye in his kitchen, and we were like short on time, and I'm throwing an apron on him and telling him to do this and do that because we were pressed for time, and you know, his date was on their way, and we had to get everything ready, and then I had to jump in my car and disappear, you know, like he had just I'm sure all NDAs are expired by now, but like he had made it himself. So I had to like teach him how to do that. And he was great. There's no way in the amount of time that we had to make that happen, it would have happened, except that he was open and all in, and there was no ego. And so here we're going to do this together. And I think that that's a big part of mindset, you know, like it's being open.
Yes. And being open to letting other people play in your play space. I think some people watch, like, this is my little sandbox. Hello, can we get in your sandbox sometimes?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's great when, and I think it goes into like what you're saying about mood set too. You know, when you're in that great mindset, you're also drawing those people in, or just vibing where you're vibing. Your mood is, you know, attracting that same kind of mood and frequency, and so yeah, you know, it's all everything that you're saying. And Vanessa, like, be open and let it flow. Yes, let the magic come in, right? Like
let it. And so if I could just say this, I think we got to go from believing in magic, or we can say miracles, same thing. It's like magic / miracles. So we'll call it believing in miracles, but then expecting miracles. Expecting.
Yeah.
So that's the question for all of you watching right now. Still this month in April, are you expecting miracles? To expect means you are looking out for it.
Yeah.
So like if you order something, like let's say on Amazon, it's like you got that special thing that's coming in one day. You know what happens to people, Serena? They keep looking out. Watch, look, I'm an actor. Look, they look out and they're looking for the Amazon box. Why? Because they ordered it. Okay. So there's certain things that you have ordered in your imagination and you prayed for, you believe for. Why don't you start looking out and looking for its arrival?
Yes,
believe it and expect it.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Love that.
I expect things.
Out. That's
Serena,
beautiful. Yeah.
I expect it. I expect it. The last time we had lunch, when you came in, I expected to have an amazing conversation because we always do. So when we started to have an amazing conversation, I was not shocked because I expected it. So people need to go from believing to expecting.
Yeah.
So look for it. I'll know you expect it.
Believe it and expect it.
Yes.
Yes.
Lean in.
Yes.
Lean into April. Lean into May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Come on, people. Life is still amazing. That's why they call it life.
Yeah. It is. It is. And for everyone that's still on with us, you guys are all amazing. I just want to acknowledge you for staying on with us and being so active, and all your love and all your hearts and your emojis. You guys are just the best. For those of you who have more time to spend with us, we're going to jump off in 5 minutes, give you a little bathroom break, give you a chance to go log into Clubhouse. And if some of you guys don't have Clubhouse yet, just go to my stories, and I have a couple swipe ups where you can join us via either my Serena Loves Club or my Culinary Alchemy Club. And then you can join us there if you'd like, if you have some more Q&A, if you want to be able to meet Tim almost in real life, at least in voice life.
Yes.
You can come on stage and ask your questions, because he's magical, you guys. He's talking about magic. He's talking about miracles, but he's a living, breathing example of it. And Tim, I'm so happy we got a chance to do this here again today.
Yes.
And I'm excited that we're going to get on in a few minutes and we can give you a little bit of time. This is the best lunch break. Yay! I love it. Vanessa, I'm so happy that you joined us here. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Tim. And Tim, are you like, you're good on time? We'll have a little bit of time on Clubhouse. We don't have to go
I
too
got
long.
plenty of time. Yes, I'm excited. Now,
Amazing.
what is it called on Clubhouse? Is it just under your name, or for those
Yeah,
who get
so
on, what do they look for?
I'll send you the link, and the link is also in my stories. And so it is, you know, 7 steps to a miracle mentality with Tim Storey. So you can just go look up Tim, or you can look up me. I'm Serena Poon on Clubhouse, not Chef Serena Poon, just Serena Poon. Or you can go to the Serena Loves Club. It's not it's just Serena Loves Club, and join the club, and you will know when we go live in the room. And again, you can go on my stories, and there will be a swipe up that is the link to the room we will have in about 13 minutes at 2 p.m. So if you can join us there, if your lunch breaks aren't over yet, if you don't have to be into the next meeting, we'd love to see you there. I see Amy here. Hi, Amy, sending you love.
Amy's great.
Join us there. Yeah, I just so many beautiful souls on here. So I love and appreciate you all. Tim, I absolutely love and adore you, and I can't wait to hear more of your wisdom in a few minutes. So on Clubhouse, you guys. So don't forget, there's a pinned comment right here. If you are not already following Tim, make sure you go follow him on Instagram, and make sure you go and you get this, because it's not just about the miracle mentality. This is a piece of magic, and this is something that you're going to want next to your bed, on your desk, carry it around, have it in your car. Well, don't like read and drive, but you know, bring this around so that when you get a break in between, you get to dive in some more. So that's it. Thank you guys. I'll see you really soon. Thank you, Tim. I'll see you, I don't know, in like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. See you all later.
All right. Okay. All right. Love you. Thank you. Bye.